everyone, and welcome back to another market prep video. We are getting ready to have a market this coming weekend. This is actually a market that I did last year as well, and it was really successful. It was definitely one of my more popular markets that I sold quite a bit at last year. So I'm very excited to get to go back this year, and hopefully it's just as busy. I've seen a lot of people sharing the poster and a lot of people commenting on the poster, so that's always a good thing. There isn't going to be as many vendors as there was last year, so that's also going to be a good thing. And when I reached out to the wonderful couple that does this market, they had mentioned that I was going to be, or potentially at that point, I was the only crochet vendor that was going to be there. So I don't know if that's changed. They may have picked up another crochet vendor, but if I'm the only one, that will be amazing. Very similar to what my most popular market was so far this year. Back in June, I was the only crochet vendor, and that was my biggest market yet. So if I am the only one, we'll see how this one turns out. It could be really good. And we do get a lot of foot traffic, or at least last year. And so far, this weekend, once again, is looking like it's going to be a nice weekend. So as long as the rain holds off, we are supposed to get a little bit of rain during the week. But if it holds off for the weekend, we'll be looking good for this one. But I thought I would just jump on and show you what I have been working on. So we just finished the holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday here in Canada. I had the whole week off leading up to the holiday, so I was able to get quite a bit done this last week, which I feel accomplished, and I feel ready for the next market, and even the markets that are coming up in November, I feel much more prepared for. So let me show you what I have. I'm going to kind of start with the few bigger things, and then we'll get into some of the smaller things, because I do have more smaller items than I have bigger ones. So like I mentioned before, with these big mallards, these big guys here, I want to make sure I have two this time. So we have this one completely done. And I don't know if I showed you, he's got these cute little tail feathers too. Just makes them with his little feathers on the top, or his hair on the top. So this guy, so the only difference between the two is this one has blue eyes that I put in. And the second one isn't quite done yet, so this is something I have to get finished this week. But obviously he's beakless right now, and then his eyes, I did like almost like an amber color eye. So he just needs his beak. He has no tail feathers yet, so we will get that completed this week. The other thing that I need to get completed, I have a lot that I just need to get completed. I really have to be in the mood to sew when it comes to sewing parts on and everything like that, especially with the beak. I don't love sewing. I try to gravitate towards the no-sew patterns, so I really have to be in the right mindset and in a mood to sew. So that is why we have most of our lion done. So this is the guy, if you remember, that I started creating at my last market. I was able to get the body done and a portion of the nose done. So we completed the head, and I absolutely love how these guys turn out. They have 3 rows of just curls on the top, and it always turns out so well, and then his little face. So we will get him put together this week. I also have to sew on his tail. I have his tail done as well, but I just need to sew that on. So moving on to some new creations that I have done, and all these new creations I will put the creators in the comments as well, so everyone can see. So this one I'm not actually going to sell. So this one's going to stay here with me. I have been looking for, I don't know how long, for a Loaf cat pattern, and I've tried a couple and I just never fell in love with them. This one I found, and I'm going to have to find the creator, because I'm not sure if I found it online or if I found it through a YouTube video. I think it was a YouTube video that I found it through. But this is a low sew. So the only thing that you need to sew on this one is its tail. Everything else is no sew up to that point. So it's super easy and quick. The only reason I'm not selling this, and you'll probably be able to see it, is when I put his eyes in, his eyes are not even. So, but otherwise, cute little tail. His paws at the bottom are all no-sew. His ears are the no-sew. But yeah, when I was putting the eyes in, I thought I had it right across, and I must have tilted it when I was putting the eyes in, because if I tilt it, it looks right. But if I actually set him up, he's got some wonky eyes going there. So I will definitely do this one again. So this one I actually went to more of a blanket yarn, more of a plush yarn, instead of the chenille yarn that I have been using. So these guys just work up super easy and super quick. So I'll try to get a couple of those done before our market this weekend, but that is not my priority. That will be kind of priority going into the markets for November. Another one that I've done a lot of bee patterns in the past, but this one's just kind of a nice medium size. So I've done some that are smaller. I've done more of a jumbo size, and I found this one. So I love the size of him. He'll be a good price point. He'll definitely be an under $20 item. I believe this one I'm going to sell for $12. So it'll be a good price point, and everyone loves the bees. So I have this one. I also did up, which I've done lots in the past, the little miniature guys, so you can kind of see the size difference between those two. So these ones, of course, just need their wings. So I have a whole bunch of these guys to finish up and do the wings. I did a couple of different colors. Now I initially started making these with the Halloween market in mind. So I did a couple extra. So I did these ones in the orange, yellow, and white, kind of more like a candy corn feel to them with the colors. And then I only have one of these. I might do a couple more just so this isn't the odd one out, but I just did an orange and black, almost like a pumpkin Halloween color. But I will have to do a few more of those. I probably won't do any more of the candy corn colors because, like I said, I was making those more towards the actual Halloween market. But now that we're not doing that one, I don't know how they will sell, but we'll do probably a couple more of the yellow and black ones. So moving away from the bees, I have another one that is one of my popular stuffies that I make. And this one I haven't had the last couple markets, and I'm not sure why, because I wasn't out of yarn. I had the right colors. I think I was so tired of making them because I'd made so many. I just needed a break from them. But we are back making the little Mallard Squish ducks. These guys are definitely one of my more popular ones. Again, a smaller item. I sell these for $8. So I have 6 made so far. I want to make at least 10, if not more, going into this market. These were really popular at this market last year as well. So I only felt bad. I had one person come to my booth this past market, and they were specifically looking for this because they had bought one from me at the May market, and their daughter took it to school, and they warned her, you know, if you take something to school, it's possible that it might get taken on you, which is unfortunate, but that's exactly what happened. And they wanted to replace it, and I didn't have them there. So I think she follows me on socials, so hopefully she'll see where I'm at the next market and she might come pick one up. So we'll see, but we do have some of these made up. Definitely one of my more popular items to sell. And then the other two sort of smaller items that are brand new is this guy here. So he is called a little bitty bunny. So he's a little bit bigger. He's kind of a medium-sized stuffy, but he is super cute. Another really low sew pattern to do. The only thing I have to actually sew on are the ears, and they sew on quite quickly and quite easily. Everything else is crocheted right into the body, even his little tail at the back. And I think he's just super cute. So I'm probably going to try and do another one of these this week to have 2 on the table. I might try and do one in brown maybe. So we'll see. And then the other thing that we did were these cute little penguins. So penguins are another pattern that I've really been trying to find one that works up quite easily. And this is it. So he is kind of another smaller item to make. Doesn't take too long. So the wings I do sew in. Normally I try to, even if it says to sew an item in, something like the wings or the arms, I will go ahead and alter it and crochet it into the body without the sewing. But these ones I actually just sew in quite well, because like I said in one of my previous videos, that I do this on the assumption that they're going to be pulled and handled rough. So his little wings and then his feet sew on too. And again, super easy to sew on. And by sewing them on, because they are a circle, I can kind of make it look more like a little foot on the bottom instead of just a circle on the bottom. So I'm excited to have these on the table for the first time for this upcoming market as well. Aside from the crochet, I have been trying to make more of my keychains and wristlets, so I haven't been doing very good at that. I didn't take any time this last week. Actually, last night was the first night that I sat down and started making some keychains. So I'll show you what we have. Just playing around with some of the colors. So I made one of these guys. So that's one of the ones where it says I have it all together. I just can't find it. So I have that one made. We did a couple of the dumpster fires and a couple different variations of colored beads at the top. I have one of the paw prints with the puppy dog in the middle. We did a couple that were just butterflies in purple. And then with the butterflies and the beads came in one package. So in that package as well, not including the tassel, I did a wristlet as well. So we got that ready. So that was with the rest of the beads that were in there. So I try to make them all the one size. They're kind of obviously on me, it's a little bit bigger, but they fit everyone a little bit differently. Obviously, if anybody ever came to the market and asked for one that's a little bit larger, a little bit smaller, I will alter the size for them. But so far, this size seems to be the winner. Everyone wears it. It fits on most people's wrists. It is on an elastic too, so it does stretch a little bit. So it does have some give. So if you happen to have a little bit bigger wrist, you can still get it on and off with no problem. So I'm definitely going to make more of those. I think the only other one that I have made that's different from the others is I started on a couple of the little Christmas ones. So it's the little Santa gnome in the teacup and coffee cup. So we will continue on making more of those this week. So right now it is Tuesday. This was my first day back at work. So like I said, we have some work to do still between now and Friday. The market is on Saturday, so I think I have to be there for 8 o'clock in the morning to set up. This setup is definitely going to take me more time because we have our new racks, our new shelves that we have to build on the tables. But I think this will be my last outdoor market. So this will be the last chance I get to use 2 tables, and then starting in November, we'll be indoors. So I will only have my 1 6-foot table. So with the shelves that I have recently bought, they will definitely save me space with only 1 table. It'll allow me to get more items on the table without looking super, super cluttered. So I will do another check-in, or at least I'm going to try to. I said that last time and I didn't get a chance to. So I'm going to try and do one more check-in before the market actually happens. And I'll kind of show you where we sit, what we finished, see if I got any more done between now and then. And then it'll be off to market, and it'll be market day, and I'm super excited about this one, guys. It should be a really good one. Let's cross our fingers. Let's manifest no rain. That would be great to finish off an outdoor market with no rain this year. Anyways, guys, we'll touch base soon. Bye. Happy Friday, everybody. We are 1 day away from market. And do you think I got accomplished what I wanted to get accomplished this week? No. I did make about 20 more keychains today when I got home after work, but the only other thing that I got accomplished that I wanted to get accomplished was just now I finished sewing the head on the lion. So he is complete, which is good. I still have to get the duck completed with the beak and his tail feathers, and then the little bees that I had that I needed to do the wings. I think I'm just going to take those with me tomorrow. I'll do the wings at the market. I should have some time after setup to get that accomplished. So that is my goal for tomorrow. I did get the car packed up tonight. There's only 1 box left that I need to put in the car, but other than that, I think I'm ready to go for tomorrow. It started to rain tonight, which kind of made me nervous. I was hoping that it wouldn't go into tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be nice and sunny. It's supposed to be about 17 degrees tomorrow in the afternoon, so we should have a really nice day for it. There's been a lot of interest in this market. The people that are hosting the market on Facebook, they've had like 300 shares on their page. They've had lots of comments, lots of likes, so that's always a promising it's always promising to see that. So we should have a really good day. I will be setting up by myself tomorrow, so this will be the first time I set up by myself. My hubby messed up his knee, so he is hobbling around, so he's not going to be able to help me tomorrow, but that's okay. We will get her done ourselves. I believe, I'm going to have to read the email again, but I believe we can actually drive up to our spots, so that'll be a huge help tomorrow if I can just drive up, unpack the back of the car, and then go park the car afterwards. So looking forward to it. But I think I'm going to pack it in for now. It is getting a little bit later tonight. I had some running around to do after work as well, so I didn't get quite as much done as I had hoped tonight, but we'll get her done tomorrow. But for now, guys, we are going to call it an end. We will catch you on the next video, which is going to be the market and the market recap, and hopefully it's another good one. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Bye.